left you guys there. Good morning, everybody. I'm currently in Korea. We're filming the rest of my road trip currently, but I haven't had my coffee yet. So let's get my coffee and then let's sit down and have a bit of a talk. Caramel macchiato. We have our coffee now. I just need to find somewhere to sit. Okay, we found our random spot to sit. I'm caffeinated. We're good for this talk. I don't think I've ever made a video like this on my channel. If I have, link to it please in the comment section or tell me, but I really don't think I have because I generally try to never make this type of content because I never want to come across as, ungrateful in a way or anyone to think that I'm upset at what we have, if that makes sense. It's a little hard to kind of talk about and just like put into words, but obviously I am extremely grateful that I have been able to build what I've been able to build on this platform, YouTube. YouTube is such an incredible thing to me because it was always about you. It was about you becoming a creator, being able to find your audience, your niche, and being able to share what you want to create and share with the world, through that. Like it essentially gave the power back to the people in the creative multimedia kind of space. It's a little deep, it's a little weird, it's a little, I don't know if that take is right, but I think we can all agree, like I found some really incredible people that I liked watching content of and, people that I would say I even look up to, became mentors when I eventually met them and all that type of stuff. And like, it really made my life not suck, especially as someone who grew up, went through school, like I hated school. I really struggled making friends. I really struggled with, social anxiety and all that type of stuff, not being medicated with ADHD for my entire life and all that type of stuff. I was always left feeling out, if that makes sense. What we have been able to build in the last 10 years on YouTube has completely changed my life. When I started watching YouTube, I absolutely fell in love with the platform. The whole concept of it being YouTube. It was up to you to become a creator, to create content, and then to resonate with an audience or a niche group of people that felt the same way and that you could share what you wanted to share with them and vice versa, and then you would grow, right? You would grow as a person. Being able to watch someone's journey on YouTube was super inspiring to me. As someone that really struggled with social anxiety and being unmedicated with ADHD and not really actually knowing that I had ADHD, my parents really sheltered me and wanted me to feel like I wasn't different, but the whole entire time they were saying I wasn't different, I was wondering why I was different, and I had that whole kind of like psychology thing going on in my head. But anyways, that aside, it really helped me growing up because I saw individuals growing as a person through this platform. And it's like this instant form of feedback that you would get on things, thoughts, ideas, hot takes, and that type of stuff. And you'd upload something and you'd instantly hear back from everyone what, I guess the general consensus was, what everyone generally thought, whether they were on the same thinking page as you or if they disagreed. And it was like this kind of like, I don't know, it was a way that you could grow as a person very quickly with that feedback. I don't know, at least that's how I kind of saw it. So as I saw all of these creators essentially becoming better people through the community on YouTube, it really gave myself hope or purpose, I guess, for the future. It made me realize that I could do something as well and become a better person and do something with my life. When I was younger, I really struggled a lot with depression and suicidal thoughts. And despite obviously my family and everything, like we had faith, we were Christians and all that type of stuff, but being in that environment just kind of made it worse because all I kept thinking about was logically, like, what am I gonna do? All I ever dealt with through school and everything, because I never got along with the teachers, I could never pay attention in class and all that type of stuff, was that I was told I was never gonna amount to anything, never gonna be able to do anything in life, and wasn't intelligent or smart or anything like that. So that really affected me. So when I would go home and watch these YouTube videos from these creators and see how they started from nothing and worked up to something and was able to create and do all this incredible, amazing stuff, it really made me realize that I could do something. And I could, if I really set my mind to it, focus on that type of stuff. It's kind of wild to think about how much YouTube, I think, has helped people in general when you think of it from that perspective. The number one thing that I always said when I started this channel was I wanted it to be real, I wanted it to be a journey, and I wanted to share with you guys the ups and downs. And I really think we've done a good job of that. I've always made sure that I don't shy away from showing you my shortcomings or mistakes or failures, and I generally talk to you about them, whether it's through the live streams that we do on Twitch or anything like that. But anyways, we're kind of going a little bit down a rabbit hole here, but what I wanted this video to really be about is how I don't like the direction that YouTube is going right now. It seems more like they're focusing on pay to win than creators that have dedicated their entire lives to building a community and on this platform, and then to be essentially screwed over by this new algorithm. What's happening is YouTube has tweaked things where more than ever, the thumbnail and the title seems to just, the packaging of the video seems to be more important than the actual content itself. I am so grateful that we have been able to build what we've been able to build, be able to provide for my wife, my son, even be able to give jobs and provide essentially to my sister-in-law who works for us full-time, Daiki who works for us full-time, and all the other part-timers that work for us, right? Being able to give them a wage, a flexible schedule in a country that's not really known for that, it's a massive privilege and it feels incredible. But YouTube and what's been going on has me wondering if that business model is even sustainable anymore. Recently, YouTube's definitely gone through a really big change in their algorithm. I constantly am getting messages or comments from you guys saying that you never see my content recommended to you anymore. You're a subscriber, you have notifications turned on, but you never see the content anymore being sent to you. Whether it's in your feed, whether it's in your subscriber tab, sometimes it just doesn't get to you. So more than ever, I think it's important that you make sure that you're subscribed to your favorite creator. You make sure you have all notifications turned on, but that's not enough anymore. They've gotten rid of the trending page. The subscriber page doesn't even really work anymore properly either, and people aren't even getting recommended content that they've been uploaded. They've introduced this new restricted mode where we don't even know 100% why AI is putting some of our content and deleting it from this restricted mode, so that, and you guys as the viewer, make sure that you don't have that turned on, because they've actually been automatically turning it on for some viewers that they think might be underage or all this stuff, which is all determined by AI and an algorithm. So it's created this really weird kind of bubble of content that you may never even see, or you may not even see those creators anymore because they just get shadow banned if you're in that mode. Now, I know they're focusing also on, like, you know, new creators and helping them become discoverable. But I feel like they've really lost the plot on that, and they've released this new hype feature that can be easily taken advantage of by, you know, depending on your sub bracket, there's a hype button and your audience can click hype, and then after they get a certain amount of hype votes, that video then gets pushed on top of everyone else too and pushed to a greater audience. And I just feel like that's just completely going away from what YouTube represented. I think we've been going down the rabbit hole a little bit too much here. I'm sure you can gather I'm a bit emotional because I'm super passionate about this, and it's hard for me to get all of my words out. I probably should have written some kind of like key point script kind of thing to go over and get everything out of my head. Everything's kind of jumbled up, so bear with me. But I really wanted to talk to you guys about YouTube and how much it's changed recently, and I don't think it's for the better, and I think it's really getting to the point now where you're gonna start to see creators leaving the platform. So more than ever, I want you to make sure you're subscribed, you have notifications turned on, and you are not only having all of that on the YouTube platform, but go join your favorite creators Discord where you're getting notifications of an upload going up, or subreddits where a notification goes up, or even email lists or stuff. You know, go support them in other platforms like Patreon and stuff. But the biggest issue right now is all the tweaks that YouTube's been making to the algorithm, and it's become more of a pay to win system. Right now, more than ever, YouTube has been pushing this system where it's pay to get views, pay to get subscribers. In the back end of YouTube right now, creators can go to promotional tab and they can dump a ton of money into pushing their video to people with interests that may match that video. And it's just, I don't like that. I really don't. And like, I don't know how much I can talk about it, but I was in a meeting with YouTube over those features a while back, and I had to sign an NDA where they asked for my opinion, and I shared it with them honestly. And I just said, this doesn't represent what I know YouTube to be. YouTube was all about you, the creator, and the individual finding people that had the same interests in growing an audience in a community and creating content that you could all enjoy together and constantly keep that loop going of constant feedback and community and growth, right? And a journey. I feel like YouTube's lost that. I feel like all of their new features are just so focused on pay to win right now. It's kind of sad. It really is sad. And whatever's happened in the last few months, it's worse than ever. I'm sure you've been seeing videos being created by other creators, but in the back end right now, out of nowhere a few months ago, our viewership drop was like 50%. And at the same time though, we're seeing our likes and comments and stuff relatively saying the same, but the recommendations has dropped a ton. And it's just super, super weird. The homepage has been completely changed. The subscriber page doesn't even work anymore. The trending page is gone and doesn't even exist, as there's just all these changes that have happened, and it's really hurting those that have dedicated their entire lives to growing communities here. And it just feels like YouTube's gone and taken these communities away from us, especially with like what happened with the Shorts algorithm and all that kind of stuff. People don't even get recommended or shown that we've uploaded a new video anymore. And it makes no sense. Like, what was the point in us growing a community, a subscriber base and all that type of stuff when that doesn't even matter anymore, and they're not even pushing our content, not pushing, but just telling those people that actively said, hey, I want to subscribe to this channel. I want notifications from this channel when they upload because I resonate with that creator and I like what they're doing and I like that journey and I want to be encouraged by them by watching their content when they upload. Or I want to support that creator, right? YouTube doesn't hold up that end of the bargain anymore. If you click, you want like subscribe to a creator and you want notifications, they don't send you notifications anymore. It's so weird. It doesn't make any sense. And I'm frustrated. And I think every other creator is frustrated too. So anyways, I don't want this video to drag out a long time, but if there's one thing I want to say is, guys, thank you so much for supporting us. Thank you so much for doing what you do, which is finding our videos and watching them every day. It's not easy to do that anymore. It's so hard for you guys to make sure that you're seeing our content, and I don't understand why. And I hope you feel the same way. Let me know in the comment section. More than ever, I want to encourage you to turn all notifications on and make sure you're subscribed. Because at this rate, I don't know if we're going to be here anymore. Does the business model make sense anymore? Am I going to be able to provide for my employees and my family doing this? I don't know. We'll figure out a way. I'll figure out a way no matter what, and I'll still keep creating content because I think that this is just another bump in the road, and I want to show you guys that we can get through this. But more than ever, I want to ask you for your help and support. Go check out the merch, grab yourself some stuff. Make sure you join the Discord. All the links are in the description. Go check out the subreddit. Share memes, clips, I don't care, make fun of me. I really want to grow this into something even bigger than I could have ever imagined. And I don't know why, but I feel like this is a tipping point for us. I don't understand it, but yeah. We'll be back to our normal upload schedule really soon. I'll be heading back to Japan with the Supra in the next few days. But guys, thank you so much for sticking around. I know it's been a hell of a journey, and I know I probably upset you guys sometime, and you watch me and you get frustrated, but we're all learning and growing together. This is a journey. This is what I signed up for, and this is what you signed up for. So I'll see you in the next one. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Peace.